Alright, I'm sorry that I didn't film this video yesterday. I know I was supposed to, but here we go, and I hope that this is easy for you to see. Okay, so first, for those of you that are playing flute, we're going to be working with the treble clef. The treble clef, or the G clef, looks like this. And it is spelled like this. Treble. Okay, so when we look at our keyboard, we have what we call here middle C. It will always be the first out of the group of two black keys, and it will be right in the middle of the piano. When you're playing something in the treble clef, it means that you're playing all the notes from the middle of the keyboard up. If you're playing in the bass clef, it means that you're playing from here to the keyboard down, that way. Okay? So if we have, so when you see, you have your staff, which is this. That's your staff, right? And you're always going to see at the beginning of your sheet of music, there's going to be something that looks like this, or it's going to be the bass clef. Good. Okay, there we go. So you have your treble clef at the beginning of your sheet. So when it plays that, then you know you're always going to be playing. That means that throughout that piece, that line, you're playing from middle C up. So you're playing high notes. When you have the bass clef there, it means that you're playing from here down to there. Okay. So it will help if you do try out drawing some of this stuff, because it is hard to remember at first. This treble clef, you're going to go down like this, and you're going to do a stick. Okay? So you have that. Next, you're going to go like this. Just like that. And you're going to go around like that. And then you're going to come up and curl. That is how you do a treble clef. A bass clef is like that. And I'm sorry for that sound, that is my dog. Okay. So when we draw our treble clef on the staff, it has to go down like this. You can do that ball or you can do stick, it doesn't matter. You have to do it around like that, around those two first lines. It has to come down like this and curl around there, around this line. Okay? When you do the bass clef, it starts on this line, goes up like that, and then the two dots go there. That means you're playing in the lower part. Flutes will always be in the treble clef though. You'll never play lower notes like that. So, and it is really good to review this stuff because it can get confusing. And if any of you want to inbox me questions, that's fine. I'm happy to answer them. Okay. So here we go. Here's our staff. Okay? There's the treble clef right here. Okay, now I'm going to explain how to read music. And I do have to say this one does take a while, and it does take a lot of practice. It's taken me a few years to really be able to read it faster, and that's understandable. It'll take time, whether you're good at music or not. Okay, so with the treble clef, what we have to remember is the C right in the middle of the piano looks like this when it's on the staff. Okay? One line below. Okay. So, now that we have that, we're going to start. Remember that C is always there. We're going to start with the lines. Each of these lines has a name, and there's a saying for it. Every good boy deserves... 1 minute, sorry. Toto! Sorry, my dog gets really anxious. Okay. Every good boy deserves fudge. Okay. And for the spaces, it's F, A, C, E. Face. So if you want to remember, to help you remember these sayings, when you see the treble clef and you're having trouble reading lines, remember that the sayings both involve people. So we get every good boy deserves fudge and F-A-C-E, face. The way the keyboard also works is that you'll notice that C, since this is C, this is D, and then you get E, F, G, A, B, C, D, E, F, and then we know that G comes after, right? Okay, so now that we have that, we'll just go over that one more time, okay? So you're going to want to remember, these are your sayings, okay? You get this. Every good deserves fudge. And C is always here. So, C, D comes after. So right here would be D. Okay. So we have E, F, G, and so on and so forth. Because we already know that in the middle, it's F, A, C, E. Maybe I'll zoom that in a bit more. Okay. Now, I will do a video on the bass clef later, but we're going to focus on the treble clef for this one, because it'll get really confusing if I do both. Okay, so, now that we have that, you're going to have to practice those, and I'll write them down in the description so that you can remember them, okay? Because it will be very helpful, and you might want to practice just writing out your treble clef, because it took me a while to learn how to draw it, and it still looks weird for me. And another thing to help you remember is when you have your staff like this, this line is G because we have every good, okay? Every good, so this line is G. And they call the treble clef the G clef because when you draw it out, it will always wrap around it. So if you're also having trouble, remember that it's people and every good. So you know that that's G. Boy deserves fudge. And then you have F, A, C, E. So always remember that treble names, got the names in the treble clef. For the lines are Every Good Boy Deserves Fudge, and the spaces are face. Okay, and I will post those in the inbox. So just practice that, and I will be posting another video in a few minutes probably about the bass clef. Alright, good luck, and practice that, and then later on I will talk about the value of the notes. Okay, thank you.